Right then, time for the halfway point of the 10 senior Rotax races here on Heats Day. Heat number 5 is A versus D. Let's have a look at your starting grid, folks. So it's going to be Kai Hunter versus Zsombor Kovac on the front row. Miska Kaskinen and David Altleichner on row 2. Kai Hilletz and Paul Hamburg on row 3. Ethan Jeff Hall and Montego Masson, row 4. Jarin Schultz will be on his own on row number 5. No Lachlan Robinson, who I understand has withdrawn for the rest of the weekend due to illness. Mathis Turlo and Marceau Lecuy ran out the top 6 rows ahead of Ollie Stevens and William Christensen. Andrea Kostic and Yuri Tenhef, row 8. Row 9, Henry Beaumont and Pablo Colomer. And completing the top 20, it's Camille McFarlane from France and Amanda Salonen from Finland. Lucas Pernod, Mats Johan Overhoff, Brandon Klein-Nagelvort, Rafael Jesus, Henki Kalteren, Pedro Barbosa, Jason Krzyzewski, Anthony Bilou, Yandri Carvalho, Pedro Arango and Simset rounding out the 31 strong grid. Will be 30 strong grid. Quite a few drivers straggling at the back end of the field. As the red lights are on the gantry, the revs start to build. Lights are out. We are underway first time. Good start by the pair of Kai Hunter and Miska Kaskinen as they go through into turn 1 for the first time. 2, 3 abreast towards the back part of the top 10 as Kai Hilletz now finds himself in 3rd position. 4th is Ethan Jeff Hall in the 397. David Altleichner will be a couple of carts behind because it looks like Zsombor Kovac has dropped down to, looks to be 5th position as they hurtle their way down the hill for the first time. Looks like there has been a little bit of a drama at the back end of the field. A couple of carts, one was running very, very slowly and now has started to pick up racing speed. As getting very, very close between 2nd to 6th position. That train is being led by Miska Kaskinen as Kai Hunter is trying to break away early. Now Hilletz sends it up the inside of Kaskinen. Ethan Jeff Hall gets through. The Finn runs a little bit wide. Kovac nearly gets through as well, but then has someone trying to go through past him, and that is David Altleichner. Great anticipation once again from the 365. And now Ethan Jeff Hall decides to throw one up the inside of Kai Hilletz of all people. Miska Kaskinen nearly went through as well. Altleichner just waiting in the wings. Kovac is going defensive on Mathis Turlo. Paul Hamburg. I think also Jarin Schultz and Ollie Stevens complete the top 10. But Hunter's already started checking out, and we're not even halfway through lap number 2. He's over 7/10 of a second up the road, whilst everyone else is squabbling away. So coming up to the first 2 out of 10 minutes completed in this race. And Hunter is already starting to, he's trying to light the afterburners, so to speak. As Ethan Jeff Hall keeps ahead of Kai Hilletz for the moment. Miska Kaskinen in 4th, Altleichner waiting. And there has been a little bit of a, not a coming together, but a bit of a melee with drivers trying to get through. And Ethan Jeff Hall is looking to his right, looking to his left, seeing where on earth is Kai Hilletz behind me. And then he realises he's to his immediate left-hand side. Altleichner still in, well, is currently in 4th position now, so Miska Kaskinen drops to 5th. And Jason Krajewski from Germany looks to have dropped down all the way down to the back end of the field, I'm afraid. The 307 from Larea GT1 Racing. As now Kaskinen going defensive on Kovac. Turlu looking for the opportunity, and there's the window that Zsombor Kovac needed through the double right. And Mattis Turlu also trying to slingshot past the Finn. Going into turn number 16, and the Dutchman gets through. Nicely poised there by the 340. A little bit further behind. Liam Christensen from RS Competition has got Ollie Stevens for close company. Kraszewski looks to be an impending retirement, I'm afraid, after just the opening lap of the race. They've suffered some damage as a result of a possible incident that happened going up the hill on the opening lap itself. It's a real shame. That means we'll have 29 still competing. We're on lap number 4 at the moment. So 40% of the race has been completed, 60% to go plus an additional lap. Still plenty more twists and tails, I fear, in this story. How convoluted it gets, well, you're going to have to watch along with me to find out. But still second and third very hotly contested. Kai Rilets trying to go toe-to-toe with Ethan Jeff Hall. So it's up the incline, down the dip, then turn right. On the power once again. Modulate it going through turn 7, now into 8, and then go pedal to the metal, down the hill. The top 3 covered by just over 1.1 seconds after the opening 4 laps. Fastest lap of the race just set by Zsombor Kovac, currently sitting in 5th position behind David Altlechner from Poland. Enki Kaltonen has made some moves up. So has Israel's Yarin Schultz and Marceau Lecuy from France. They now currently occupy positions 11 and 12. Still too close to call on who might be the one that wins the battle for second position. Will it be Ethan Jeff Hall? Will it be Kai Rilets? Well, they were literally nigh on line astern going through turn 1, into the right at 2, now into the left at 3, before again up into 4, now into 5. Got the right-hander here at 6, 7. Now applying the throttle as they come into turn 7, over the crest here at turn 8. You've got to just really carry that momentum through and have full confidence in the kart and the setup underneath you. And now here comes the move. Well, nearly did. That was the move a little bit further back, actually. I got confused by the colour schemes because the drivers that were in 2nd and 4th are from the same outfit. But it was Kovac on Altlechner through turn 16. So the 3-4-1 has just said to Altlechner, come on, let's push each other along, shall we? Let's get going and move forward to those at the front. Kovac would like to have more than just one heat win today. I'm sure that there's a few at the front of the field, most notably Kai Hunter, who will want to pick up a victory on heats day. There's 10 heats here at Campillos. So second and third still hotly contested. And this is very, very crucial. The higher up the rankings you are in terms of where you finish on a race result, the less points you score and the higher up the ranking after heats you will be. Right. Black and white flag being shown to the 393. Which is, oh, slap on the wrist for Brandon Klein-Nagelvoort there from Dan Holland Racing in the 393, sitting in 18th position. But we are coming down to the final minute and 45 seconds. And at the moment, well, when it comes to fastest laps, Zsombor Kovács at the moment is the one that is really pushing the envelope. 1 minute 3.119 on lap number 7 as we come round to complete lap number 8. The lead now that Kai Hunter has over Ethan Jeff Hall is 0.6 of a second. Jeff Hall was over a tenth quicker on the previous lap. Yeah, just also catching in shot there. We saw Anthony Bilou battling away with Pablo Colomer and Henki Kalteren. That would be for 22nd on the road. But things are starting to close up because Zsombor Kovács was over 0.2 quicker than Kai Hillertz in third position. As they make their way down to turn 16 once again. Kovács now will get the slipstream off of Hillertz. They head up into turn number 1. Thing is that you might be under the same awning, but you still have the motivation, just like your teammates, to battle for the sharper position, the sharper end of the grid, sharper end of the field, especially when it's the top 3. The timer has expired. Next time around, we'll get the last lap board for the 11th and final lap of this race. But it will be the fact, well, could we have a new winner? Could we have a repeat winner for the first time today? Last lap board is out. Lead between Hunter and Jeff Hall is now just under 3.5 tenths of a second, as they hurtle their way through turns 1, 2, now into 3, left into 4, and then another left into 5 before the right-hander here at 6. And Ethan Jeff Hall is within a couple of kart lengths of Kai Hunter. So go over the crest into turn 8 for the final time. Ethan Jeff Hall gets a really good run down the hill and manages to get the slingshot going into turn 12. Could tee him up very, very nicely to make the move maybe on the final sector. As Hunter takes a look over his right-hand shoulder. That gap is still very minimal at best. So after this, there's going to be just 3 more corners remaining of this 1,580-metre circuit here at Campillos. Ethan Jeff Hall just trying to carry that momentum through the final couple of corners, but I don't think it's going to be enough out of the final turn. Looking over his right shoulder, Kai Hunter finally gets a race victory, and he becomes the 5th different race winner on Heats Day in a row. So Kovács, Lee, Gilbert, Higgins, now add Hunter to that one. Another solid finish for Ethan Jeff Hall, taking 2nd position, along with Kai Hillertz rounding out the top 3. Zsombor Kovács and David Altlechner completing the top 5, with Matthias Turlo, Miska Kaskinen, William Christensen, Ollie Stevens and Monty Gomasson completing the top 10. Jarin Schultz, Paul Hamburg, Camille McFarlane, Yuri Tenhef and Henry Beaumont completed the top 15, with Marceau Lecuy, Andrea Kostic, Brandon Klein-Nagelvoort, Lucas Pernod and Mats Johan Overhoff completing the top 20 in this one. Henki Kalteren, Anthony Bilou, Pablo Colomer, Leandre Cavalho, Amanda Salinen, Pedro Arango, Rafael Jesus, Pedro Barbosa, and Sim Sepp rounding out the 29 strong finished. And unfortunately, on lap 1, we lost Jason Krajewski, with Lachlan Robinson no longer taking any further participation this race weekend. Well, now we were at the halfway point of the 10 senior Rotax heats. The halfway point just goes to show that everyone is out for themselves, looking after numero uno, number 1. Getting into the tram lines, the red lights extinguished, and the drivers would go at full throttle in towards the approach for turn number 1 here at this 18-turn, 1.58 kilometre circuit, with Miska Kaskinen slotting in behind, Kai Hunter going into turn 1, with Kai Rillertz finding himself in third ahead of Ethan Jeff Hall. And also the fact that we saw battling between Rillertz and Jeff Hall, especially with this nice little move from the youngster from Lancaster going through on the inside into turn 1. And then all of this started to happen with the likes of Matis Turlo, but a banzai manoeuvre absolutely timed to perfection by Hungary's Zsombor Kovács on Miska Kaskinen allowed the 340 from the Netherlands also to try and factor in, whilst Kovács was looking very, very distinctly over his right-hand shoulder. But after a long time coming, it was a first heat win of the day for Kai Hunter, with it being nip and tuck between the Kraft Motorsport teammates in third and fourth of Kai Rillertz and Zsombor Kovács, with Ethan Jeff Hall picking up the runner-up spot.